What if the only person who knows the truth is the one who refuses to speak? In The Silent Patient, the debut psychological thriller that took the world by storm, Alex Michaelides crafts a narrative so tightly wound and psychologically complex that it redefines the genre. This is not just a mystery, it is a chilling exploration of obsession, trauma, and the dark corners of the human psyche. If you love stories where nothing is as it seems, where every clue is a red herring, and where the final twist leaves you breathless and questioning everything you just read, this audiobook is an absolute imperative. Prepare to enter the mind of Alicia Berenson, a woman who shot her husband 5 times in the face and then never spoke another word, and Theo Faber, the psychotherapist determined to make her talk. The story opens with a shocking act of violence that shakes London to its core. Alicia Berenson, a celebrated painter, appears to have a perfect life, a beautiful home, a loving husband, and a thriving career. But one evening, when her husband Gabriel returns home late from a fashion shoot, Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face. She offers no explanation, no defense, and no remorse. From that moment on, she becomes known as the Silent Patient, retreating into a shell of absolute muteness. She is committed to the Grove, a secure forensic unit where she remains unresponsive to all treatment, her silence becoming a legend in itself. Enter Theo Faber, a criminal psychotherapist who has long been fascinated by Alicia's case. He is convinced that he can break through her silence and uncover the truth behind the murder, but his motivation is far from purely professional. As Theo begins his sessions with Alicia, the narrative splits into 2 distinct threads: Theo's present-day attempts to treat her and Alicia's diary entries from before the murder. These diary entries provide a haunting glimpse into Alicia's mind, revealing a growing sense of paranoia and fear that something is wrong in her marriage. However, as Theo digs deeper, he finds that Alicia's past is riddled with secrets, including a traumatic childhood and a series of unstable relationships. The audiobook format enhances the suspense, with the narrator shifting seamlessly between Theo's increasingly obsessive internal monologue and Alicia's fragmented poetic diary entries. You will feel the claustrophobia of the Grove and the rising tension in Theo's own life as his personal relationships begin to crumble under the weight of his fixation on Alicia. Michaelides masterfully builds an atmosphere of unease. Theo is an unreliable narrator, a man whose own demons mirror those of his patient. As he becomes more entangled in Alicia's case, the line between therapist and patient blurs. He begins to neglect his wife, lie to his colleagues, and ignore warning signs that suggest he is losing control. The story asks difficult questions about the nature of truth and the reliability of memory. Can we ever truly know another person, or are we all just projecting our own desires and fears on those around us? The supporting cast, including Alicia's cousin and Gabriel's best friend, adds layers of suspicion, making everyone a potential suspect in the conspiracy surrounding the murder. The brilliance of The Silent Patient lies in its structure. Every chapter peels back a layer of deception, leading the listener down a path that seems logical until the ground suddenly shifts beneath their feet. The pacing is deliberate, allowing the psychological tension to build to a fever pitch. Just when you think you have solved the puzzle, Michaelides introduces a new piece of evidence that changes the entire context. The climax is not a chase scene or a shootout, but a revelation of such magnitude that forces you to immediately reconsider every interaction, every diary entry, and every motive you have witnessed up to that point. The twist ending is widely regarded as one of the most shocking in modern thriller fiction. It is not just surprising, it is inevitable in hindsight, a testament to the author's meticulous planning. The resolution redefines the relationship between Theo and Alicia, transforming a story about healing into a tragedy of epic proportions. For audiobook enthusiasts, this title offers a premium experience. The narration captures the subtle nuances of Theo's descent into obsession and Alicia's enigmatic presence, creating an immersive soundscape of psychological horror. Whether you are listening in the dark or during the day, The Silent Patient will hold your attention captive. It is a reminder that silence can be louder than words, and that the most dangerous monsters are often the ones we invite into our minds.
So plug in your headphones, brace yourself, and prepare for a twist that will haunt you long after the final second fades. This is a masterpiece of misdirection.